Ndima Cheloni, Batvote, Tumelang, Sanbonan, Tovela, Afsheni, Wakaino. Greetings, African family. Your brother is back again. I've been thinking a lot about a lot of things, politics included, obviously, geopolitics more prominently. But one of the things that has been on my mind a lot is, and in line with this idea of spiritual recentering, is this idea of us as Africans really coming to terms with who we are, and this goes beyond the I know ancient Egypt and all of that. I'm really talking about understanding yourself in your current state and coming to terms really with what has happened to you and looking at your bloodline and some of the things that have taken place. All of those experiences have impacted you. And if you are thinking you can get away from that, I really don't know how you're going to work around that because, I mean, just at a level of genetics and biology, the people you come from affect you. You know, you are a composite of them, both on your mother's and father's side. So a big part of you really coming to understand yourself and knowing yourself, it's beyond just reading books about interesting things in Africa, but it really is a personal journey of introspection and really understanding yourself. There are certain traits and behaviors you have that you probably don't understand, but if you understood your bloodline and your people, you would probably understand it better. And that's why, I am so obsessed about understanding Varaudzi Bagwamaseng and our history. And that's why I have such a focus on my homeland, where I come from, my people, our history. Um, and, Africans, I think one of the things that has been done is that the negative aspects of your history have been so accentuated. That's why you want nothing to do with it because you can't see any beauty in it. But I mean, our histories are complex by their nature, with both negative and positive aspects. But I embrace my history with both. Um, I don't see anything wrong with that, and it doesn't mean now I can't be proud of who I am and where I come from. If there were some unsavory things in the history of Varauzbagwamasenga, it doesn't mean now it becomes evil to be part of that bloodline. But I know and I understand the context within which certain things happened, and we have to reconcile with those things and be comfortable because that is what Europeans have done, and that's why to this day, even with colonialism, they can still be proud of who they are. You understand? So you have to understand that it's I mean, all human beings have unsavory elements to them and their histories and so on. But you don't see people hating themselves because of that. You don't see any of them. None of them have perfect histories that and so on. But they don't have any problems with themselves and their cultures, their heritage, and so on. So me, I'm Raudziwa Gomasenga. If anyone has a problem with me because of that, something that happened in history, hey, maybe we could work it out if we're brothers, and see how we can reconcile and move forward. In 2024, Africans, whatever bad blood exists between us, can we find ways to reconcile? But these things will start at a very granular level, at family level. If you can't reconcile with people whom you share the womb with, it's going to be tough. And so, yeah, this is the challenge of our time. A very personal introspection and journey that each of us must necessarily travel if we're to realize our full potential. I mean, for the past, I don't know, decade or so, I have been getting on this journey of becoming more and more comfortable and at ease with who I am. And yeah, regardless what your faith is, even you people of faith, whatever the faith you follow, religion, whatever you call it, it doesn't matter what you become. You can say you are Hare Krishna, Hindu, you can say you are Christian, Baptist, this, you can be Muslim, whatever. You see, those things don't take away that genetic code over there. If you are Mraodziwa Gwamasenga, that DNA remains. Mraodziwa Gwamasenga. You can say you are a Hebrew, the Hebrew faith. And indeed, it is an empowering path. Indeed, I take nothing away from that. It has enriched me in many ways. But I must reconcile with that issue of that genetic code of Mraodziwa Gwamasenga. So I'm very sober, Africans. And so there's nothing that trumps nature. And so you see, your nature, those instincts that have grown over time in your bloodline, you must take time to understand them so that you are able to see yourself almost from outside yourself. You are able to reflect to that level where you can see that, oh no, I maybe have these and that behaviors that are empowering, or these and this behavior that is not so empowering, which I may have inherited in my bloodline. And how do I deal with it? It's better than you not understanding anything at all. So hey, knowledge, insight, understanding, these are the things of our time. It's an internal process, my brothers and sisters. Um, you know, so hey, and that's what it's a big part of what Ubuntu awakening is all about. You know, I mean, one of the elements, as I always say, that attracted me to Steve Biko's work was this idea that I matter as a human being, like any other human being, as an African. Me being different from other people doesn't mean they are superior, I'm inferior, whatever. It just means we are different. We have different views on outlooks on life. On both sides, there are aspects of our nature that have flaws, but also, um, there are aspects of strength on all sides. And so all human beings have those elements and aspects to them. And so, yeah, I shouldn't be treated any less just because of who I am. I'm good. I'm cool. I'm cool with who I am. You be you. It's still cool. But who you are doesn't mean you get to get more than what I get just because of who you are. And that very basic human sort of argument makes sense to me. That, yeah, that's what black consciousness really is all about. That, no, we're not out here trying to, do any harm to anyone. All we're saying is, well, we should have equal access and share in all things, and particularly given that, this is our land and we have no claims to any other lands but these ones. And so, if we cannot live well here and flourish, where must we live and flourish, Africans? So that was really the basic argument. And so we as those of that sort of thinking cannot stand to see African people struggle and suffer unnecessarily when there's so much potential, resources, and so on that could be managed in such a way that more of our people actually benefit and their lives improve. So anyway, the message really is about introspection, coming to terms with yourself and loving yourself and accepting, and reconciling with yourself so that Africans, we can then reconcile with each other, because then we'll be able to deal with those bigger conflicts between us, whatever those conflicts or arguments may be. But they're not big things, these things. I mean, in 94, if we could, say we forgive and whatnot, we can move on with people who had inflicted on us fresh atrocities. I mean, what is so difficult with these contentions between our different nations and bloodlines? Surely we can sort these things out, Africans. So, This is the age of African reconciliation, brothers and sisters. Let's make it work. Reconcile with yourself and your people, who you are, and let's reconcile with each other. Bavenda reconcile na Vatsonga, na Vatswana, na Vapedi, Balobedu, Vatswana, Vasotho, Maswati, Mandebele, AmaZulu, Maxhosa, Khoinama, kari vuyedzedzane vhathu vashu. Let's find understanding with each other. In that way, we'll be stronger, and it will be at a genuine level. The political game, it's just a game. Don't even have any focus on that. Let's focus on building those bilateral connections between our peoples, expressing themselves in their truest, genuine form, and embracing ourselves and understanding ourselves. And that's how we can think more clearly and more sober about how we move forward in 2024. One love, Africans. Tell me, what are your thoughts on this? Talk to your brother. I know I'm coming to you from the virtual realm, but I will be showing you my true face soon. But for now, I just felt, let me show you this aspect. So please do humor me. But let's engage on this. What do you think, brothers and sisters? One love.